think we can all agree it's what's under the skin that matters, right? But let's be shallow for a moment. Starting around $18,000, the Ford Focus could have been more boring than Ben Stein reciting tax code. Instead, we have a car that's intriguing and athletic without looking gimmicky. With all that superficiality out of the way, is the Ford Focus a car you'd actually want to drive? Yes! In creating a car for a global economy, Ford managed to combine a pleasing ride and capable handling. In fact, if pure driving fun is a priority, there are few better choices. Mazda 3. Satisfying driving dynamics might be a given, but questions remain about which of the many Focus variants to choose. Beyond sedan and $500 pricier hatchback body styles, there are two engines to select from, including a standard 2-liter 4-cylinder and a tiny 1-liter 3-cylinder that, matched exclusively to a 6-speed manual transmission, delivers acceptable acceleration and up to 42 mpg on the highway. Going further, there's also a nearly $30,000 Focus Electric that returns a projected 76 miles per charge, and a super thrilling Focus ST, sporting a sport-tuned suspension, 252 turbocharged horses, genuinely cool styling enhancements inside and out, and a not unreasonable $25,000 price tag. Even with all those variants, it's the basic 2-liter engine that powers most Foci. Yeah, the word is Foci. With the 2-liter, city fuel economy sits in the mid-20s, while the highway number lands at an EPA estimated 36 mpg. Spend $1,100 to swap the standard 5-speed manual for the available dual-clutch automatic transmission with 6 speeds, and that highway figure tops out at a solid 40 mpg. On a related note, the 1-liter engine enhances its efficiency by shutting off when you come to a stop. 2 points. 1, the engine restarts can be a little abrupt. And 2, you can shut the system off. For its 2015 mid-cycle refresh, the Ford Focus received a number of interior upgrades, including simplified climate and steering wheel controls and more sound deadening to help tone down interior noise. If we could have expanded that list, it would have included a softer armrest here, an armrest here that extends a little further forward, and a little more space to let my knees splay out in this region, or at least something soft for it to rest against. Aside from some underwhelming plastics, the interior looks good and is easy to use. If there's a competitive shortcoming, it's size, specifically rear seat roominess, where cars like the Toyota Corolla, Nissan Sentra, and VW Jetta truly shine. As for Focus trunk space, it's a decent 13.2 cubic feet, expandable via standard 60/40 split folding rear seats. Gooseneck hinges reduce usable space slightly, and seat releases in the trunk would be nice, but the Ford's pragmatic credentials are largely preserved thanks to thoughtful storage nooks throughout. Filling out the feature set on a basic $18,000 Focus S sedan are air conditioning, keyless entry, 2 USB ports, 7 airbags including a driver's knee airbag, and a backup camera displayed on an almost hilariously small 4.2-inch screen. Potentially worthwhile options include navigation with a much more appealing 8-inch screen, cruise control, up to 18-inch alloy wheels that replace the basic 15-inch steel units, and an automatic parking system that only costs $400. Splurge on a titanium trim loaded with leather, push-button start, navigation, a dual-clutch automatic transmission, and a tech package featuring lane departure alert and blind spot warning, and the MSRP rings in around $26,000. If you're not quite sold on the Focus, what else should you consider? Well, the top sales leaders are a good place to start. To that end, the Toyota Corolla's comparative roominess, strong resale values, and reputation for quality are strong draws, while the Honda Civic's wide-spectrum excellence makes it an exceedingly easy car to recommend. We'll also toss in the Mazda 3 for fashionable fun lovers or hatchback fans, the Scion IM for pragmatic but stylish value seekers, the Nissan Sentra for roomy refinement, the VW Jetta if you need a huge trunk, and the Subaru Impreza if all-wheel drive is an absolute must-have. there are literally more compact cars to choose from than there are members of the Wu-Tang Clan. No joke, I counted. Even on that crowded stage, the Ford Focus makes a compelling case for itself. If looks, livability, and lively handling sound like a recipe for success, the Ford Focus deserves your consideration. This is our time. Our time. It's like a very low rent Goonies. Yeah. This was mine. This wish was mine.